good day, watchers, and welcome to another film review today. And today I've been watching Prince of Darkness and Glorious 4K. So this is a film that was directed by John Carpenter in 1987. I'll get the information up about the movie. Directed by John Carpenter, starring Donald Pleasance, he's great in this by the way, Lisa Blount, Victor Wong, and Jameson Parker. The film was released, so the budget of $3 million, it made a box office of 14.1 million, so that's not bad for. Anyway, a Catholic priest invites quantum physicist for Professor Howard Barrick and his students to join him in the basement of a Los Angeles monastery belonging to the Brotherhood of Sleep, an old order who communicate through dreams. The priest requires their assistance in investigating a mysterious cylinder containing a swirl green liquid. Among the 13 academics present are wisecracking Walter, Damien Kelly, the high-strung student, and lovers Brian and Catherine. So anyway, when they're up in this monastery, they find this like cylinder thing. Of course, these students, and of course, the thing is about this film though, it stars Alice Cooper's in this film, plays like this homeless character. They always stand outside and bloody staring all the time. The film's got some creepy ass moments in them, some great freaking practical effects, some great effects that scare the audience. Of course, I thought I did a review of this film, but I never. I had to look on my YouTube channel. I thought, have I done? No, I haven't done a review of this film. So they've got this there's like this cylinder thing that's at the bottom of this church, and it's green. Of course, it's leaking. In the film, there's part of the film where this girl goes into the bottom of this base. She goes down there to check. She's never seen it before. Some of the characters have seen this cylinder thing before, but the thing's kind of leaking a little bit. And of course, I like the effects where you actually see this like puddle at the top of the ceiling. And it goes into her mouth. She's like the first character to get infected by this like thing, and it kind of controls her. And of course, there are scenes in the film you kind of think, oh, interesting, because there's this like other girl who's like in bed and she affects her by spitting that stuff in her mouth. It's just a quick review, and of course that scene was quite hot actually. Because I kind of went, I wonder if she's gonna kiss her. Make out of her, but no, she just spits it into her mouth. That scene always bugs me because of people stuff. I kind of wish she actually kissed her, because there's a guy in it, and she kisses him and affects him, and of course she affects him and turns into this. So anyway, he gets infected. Of course, he tries to cut his throat. I've seen this film quite a few times. I saw it years ago on VHS. Was it on TV? I think it was. I saw it years ago. I remember thinking, what was that film where they're in this church and there's Donald Pleasance in the film? And then years later, I found the film, and it's just a great movie. It's just a great film. It's just a worthwhile watch, I'd say. It's got some creepy moments, great freaking practical effects which I like, and some good scares in it. Especially this one character, this woman who gets this like mark on her arm. It looks like a bruise, then it starts turning into something else, and then she's like in bed. And later on in the film, they take that cylinder thing, the two women, and put it beside her bed, and then she gets infected by something, like possessed by some demon. So she gets possessed by something, then her face goes all weird, and one of the characters in it, he gets like trapped in this like closet, and he tells some terrible jokes, but they are quite. But he's a funny character. He's been in like quite a lot of movies. He was in like a vampire movie, which I saw years ago. And well, he's a good character. You always see in these type of movies, horror movies and stuff, vampire movies. I don't think I've seen him on that many things lately. I'm not sure. So anyway, certain characters gets affected by this stuff, this oozy green stuff that looks like piss. It looks kind of like piss. And of course, some of the characters in it are like trying to get out. They can't get out because they've been locked in by these like homeless people, and Alice Cooper, of course. And like I said before, this film's got some great death scenes and some great practical effects that used wisely by its budget, and yeah, it's a really effective movie. I thought it's like a 3 million, 3 million is a lot of money, but it's not quite 50 million, 100 million, and it doesn't really need that. All you need is the basement, a church, and great characters. I've seen this film, like I said, I've seen this film quite a few. I saw it a few years ago now. I didn't review it though. Don't know why. I think I just wanted to watch it and just enjoy it. But I thought today, I'll review the film myself. Just watching it, I'll review it. John Carpenter does a great job with the characters and stuff, the scares, the build up to the thing. Creepy moments I just really like. The cylinder thing looks pretty cool. You think it looks like it's leaking, but it's kind of going up in the ceiling. It's not. And the woman who gets that thing on her mouth, that looks freaky. That scene, because like, Paul, wait, that stuff is going to her mouth, and then she gets more possessed. And the effects are pretty good, especially in the mirror scenes where you see this mirror. And then she puts a hand. One of the characters puts hand through the mirror, and then something's trying to get through. That scene was pretty cool the way they did that. And of course, in the film, some of the characters are like seeing having these dreams, the same dreams of this of the outside of the church, and then there's something standing outside the church in the doorway, like a demon or something. And it looks like a video recording, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty effective. That was. You wonder what it is. There's an explanation what it all is, and I can't really explain it, but it's quite something. It's quite a unique story. I'll say it's got a good story to it, and some solid performances, some solid scares in it. It's just a quick review of this film because I've got to get down. I've got to go do something soon. So, and Donald Pleasance plays he plays a priest, but he's not the bravest character in the movie. He's probably the least bravest character in the whole movie, and it works for the movie because he kind of becomes the saviour in the movie. Not kind of, but not quite. The woman that becomes the saviour, where she pushes the woman who's possessed through the mirror, because she gets trapped there because of Donald Pleasance's character smashing the mirror of the axe thing, and of course. Yeah, but he's not really the hero of the film. But he makes out he is a hero, but he's not. But he does break the mirror, so I give him credit for that. But Donald Pleasance he's always great in these films. He's been sorry, I've got his damn cold. But he's been in a lot of John Carpenter films, and this is another one. It's been like Halloween, Escape from New York, and this. And yeah, he's just always great in his movies. And so yeah. Brilliant actor, it was fantastic. So yeah, what I liked about it, I like the characters, and I think the characters are great. I love the practical effects, and I had a bit of humour in it too, which I like. I always like humour in a horror film, humour. The characters are good, and yeah, it does set up pretty well. Has a good build up, and there's a good build up. So yeah, I like the characters, the music. The music's great too, by the way. John Carpenter music, of course. The music was done by John Carpenter. You can always tell with that dum 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 dum. That's the sound that always puts in his horror films. And we did Starman. That music was fantastic. Halloween, fantastic. I think Starman's my favourite music. I don't know if it is. I'm not sure. It's great. I think it is Escape from New York too. Music. So yeah, I like the characters' music and build up on horror character. The horror in it is fantastic. The practical effects are great. The effects are great. So the rating I want to give this film is a 4.5 out of 5. It's a great movie. Like I said, it's a good movie. It's a really good film. I want to give it 5 actually. So yeah, who knows? It's either a 5 or 4, but I'll give it a 4.5. So yeah, very good film. So 4.5 for Prince of Darkness, directed by John Carpenter. Very good indeed. Very good. So people, this is my review of Prince of Darkness. Excellent movie. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day, have a nice week. Take care of yourself and take care and enjoy the video. Remember to subscribe to Retribution Prime and enjoy the videos. Enjoy my other film reviews. Thank you very much. See you later.